Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Sagittarius for the year 2010. And this also applies if you have a Sagittarius ascendant. So Sagittarians, this year, it's going to be about work, relationships, money, and friends. Let me break this down for you into the various transits. So for much of the year, Saturn is going to be in your 11th house. This means that it's important for you now to get a real handle on what your objectives are for the future. Really try to structure it, put down some goals, some aims, really try to visualize what it is you want and then put it into some kind of a structure that's got some steps so that you can feel as though you're making progress. You're a fire sign, you always want to feel as though you're moving forwards somehow, forwards and upwards. So this transit of Saturn is going to force you to look at the various relationships in your life. And if, let's say, a various friendship or an organisation even isn't really suiting you anymore, this will come to an end. It has to make the way for the new goals, the new visions, the new things that you're wanting for yourself, Sagittarius. So it's important to give yourself the space to do that. Some of your friendships, yes, may need to end. However, you may also have an older person who comes into your life who acts as a mentor or a guide, somebody who's very wise, who you feel you can trust, who will help you with structuring your life so that you can move forward into this new phase and this new year. Now, very briefly, Saturn goes back into your 10th house from about April till July. So this will be a time for any kinds of completions connected with your work. For those of you that are moving on to a new job or moving upwards or moving sideways or whatever it is, there are some completions to be made. There are some relationships that need to be completed. It's important when that Saturn is in your 10th house, just for that short period, that you're careful with your work-life balance, that you don't become too focused only with work and that you haven't got another life outside of work. Now, we've got Pluto in your 2nd house all year. So this is where it's a slow transit, but you are reassessing your values. What's important to you, not only materially, but ethically, morally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all the different possible levels. You're looking at what's important to you. So maybe if you've been putting up with something just for the money, now is the time maybe to say, well, you know, I really value something else more than the money, so I'm going to put up with less money for a while so that I can move towards fulfilling this value, this that's important to me, because your values are what drive you in life. So this is going to be very important. With Pluto there in that 2nd house, it's very important you don't take on any onerous financial obligations. It's not going to be a good time to go into debt. In fact, if you try to borrow money, you're probably not going to be able to. So take that as a message from the universe. It's not the time. However, with Pluto in that house for this long transit, there's a very strong possibility that you could gather a lot of wealth to you, because Pluto is a money planet. And this can, in fact, draw a lot of wealth to you once you're clear about what's important to you and what really matters to you in your life, and as long as you're leading your life in accordance with those values. Because there's a lot of money-making potential with that, and also the opportunity for you to take control, personal control over your finances and not feel as though you're being pulled in every which way direction, because it has been a roller coaster for many of you Sagittarians. We've got Neptune in your 3rd house all year. So this is a time when you must be paying attention carefully to how you communicate with the people around you, because there is a potential for misunderstandings, miscommunications. So really negotiate any kind of negotiations that you go into. Make sure you negotiate with extreme care, and anything that's done verbally, make sure that is in fact put into writing. That's very, very important when Neptune's in this 3rd house. Also with Neptune in the 3rd, this is a wonderful time for studying anything metaphysical, for learning about reincarnation, anything connected with astrology, spirituality. This is a wonderful time when you're going to be extremely receptive to all this information, because Neptune just allows you to magnetize it in and to really understand it. And your Sagittarius is so philosophical anyway. You love anything that helps you understand and learn about the meaning of life. We are in hugely changing times, and Sagittarians particularly are very interested in all of this and the prophecies that are being put forward right now as well. These are extremely interesting to you, and I think you're going to be able to tune into them yourself and make your own prophecies as well. We've got Jupiter and Uranus in your 4th house for much of the year. So this is going to bring a lot of expansion and growth connected with home and family. Also some good fortune. Some of you are going to renovate, upgrade your home. You're going to want to move somewhere bigger, or at least feel as though you've got more space in your home area. You're going to be looking for security. But I've got to tell you that when Uranus is there, the last thing you're probably going to get is this feeling of security. But what you will have is a feeling of excitement, new things coming in, maybe some new travels, some new people coming into your closer area. Some exciting and interesting, new, unusual experience may be happening closer to home for you. You may find as well that some old ties are severed. This needs to happen so that some more excitement can come in. There's a bit of a rut in some of these areas, so it's just making the way for something that's more exciting for you. You may feel a loss of your roots, but you will also be getting rid of some restrictive patterns, which will be very freeing and very liberating for you. Between around June to September, these 2 planets move into your 5th house, which is a great time for anything entrepreneurial. Anything connected with your own business that's creative, that's artistic. Going on the stage, appearing before people, but something that is individually you. This could bring you a lot of money. So really look at these opportunities, not get rich quick schemes, but things where you can be innovative. Could involve computers and technology, but something that you're using your special skills and your individuality. This is a great time for it, and it could really bring you a lot of money. So there you have it, Sagittarians. Work, money, communications, home, family, and also for some of you there may be a nice, exciting new romance coming in, particularly during that June to September time. So I wish you a wonderful year. For those of you that want to see these predictions in writing, I will be putting them up on my website, and you may like to consider having your own personal reading. So I thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a great 2010. Bye for now.